Okay, so we decided to start a little bit early today because I have a lot to cover today. Not just the weekly challenges, of course, but also the also some stuff in the gaming industry. So we're just going to go European Sunday Cup 400. And it says you can use any car in the EU, in Europe, and you have your rivals here. I decided to use a 422 class uh car, which is a BMW from 1973. Hold on, my voice might be too soft, so let me just hold on. I think this is good. So let's gonna get started. We will have to take a screenshot after this because because I only have a temporary placeholder thumbnail that I'm using. I also permanently set the TCS to 5 as opposed to having a I'm a little bit too out, so I think I'll leave it at this. My TCS is now set to 7. No, it's set to 5, but I need to set my microphone to -7.5, especially since we are going to when we start covering the more controversial aspects of the gaming industry. So Famitsu has released its latest try to read this clean as possible. I have comfort medium, which is kind of slow, but it's also kind of durable. This is taking place in Sardinia. Other the official name is Sardinia in Gran Turismo. It takes place on the island of Sardinia. But the Famitsu report said that the Switch OLED model has sold a total of 36,000 units in the latest report, which accumulates to about 8.6 million since its lifetime. The Switch right has only sold 14,000 units, but with a cumulative of 6.4 million units. And the original Nintendo Switch 1 sold only 6,000 units. However, if you add all these numbers up, the domestic sales within Japan is 135. No, not 135. 35 million. So, and Japan's population was 124.5 million 2 years ago. Then that means that out of like 3 people in Japan, 1 of them has a Nintendo Switch. That's a really high penetration rate compared to like the PlayStation 5, which I'll explain in more detail as I try to outrun this car without crashing into it, because I spent a lot of credits on cars and stuff, so I have to like make my credits back, especially the rare ones. I don't think it was a good use of credits because it was kind of a waste of money too. So we're just going to we're only like less than 2 seconds behind the previous car. And unlike Mario Kart, where you had to press a button to see what's behind you, Gran Turismo, at least this first person viewing Gran Turismo, you can see who's behind you. And yeah, I gotta focus here because the PlayStation 5 is now I have to go to the finish line. But it has to be said that the PlayStation 5 has failed to reach 7 million units, So that means that out of every 83 people in Japan, only 4 of them own a PS5, and we wonder why compared to previous generations of the PlayStation. And yes, I have to go take screenshots. So got credit, and we got to take a screenshot, a thumbnail. Let's go wait. Okay, let's just go one lap later. Okay, I think this is good. Let's see. I'll just take a picture of this because I've been failing a lot in Mario Kart lately. So we are just going to take a screenshot, which will be later exported to my PlayStation. Now they capture all the screenshots at 1080p resolution, at 4K resolution. So we're gonna go back to cameras and we're going to exit now. So we took our thumbnail. Now I had to get this. I'll upload the thumbnail. I think I'll change the stream's thumbnail right now, I guess. But I'm looking for my capture card. There's a capture card. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to go to your showcase. Actually, because I have some personal stuff here, so let's go to race photo. Oh no, it's not my items. Okay, I'll export this to place. I'll go to the capture gallery and put it on my PlayStation app. So we're going to do that immediately. Okay, so now queued for uploading. Now I have to use my cell phone. Now I'm level 2 at in PlayStation Stars program. So yeah. Now I have let's see. Let's open up to capture gallery. Should be in here, and then I'll just take a picture. Now I'll refine the thumbnail later, so but the export process has been complete. Now I just gotta go to Google Photos on my phone and have this uploaded. So yeah, we're just going to reinstate the capture card, and I'm just going to download the. Oh, okay. I'm gonna wait for it to upload, so I might have to hit the refresh button on my browser. And okay, this is a screenshot. Let's hit download, and let's see how many meg. Oh, it's just 1 MB. YouTube has a size limit of 2 MB, so I know it takes a while to change the screenshot. So okay, let's save this. I'll spice up the thumbnail later. So yeah, the thumbnail has been changed, so it actually has a car, not some placeholder. I'm sorry it takes so long. So now we're going to do the Japanese Clubman 550. Let's see. Let me just change the mic settings so it's actually a little bit softer. I will use 8.4 dB or something like that. Hold on. Okay, so now I have the Autopolis course, and you need a 550 class car, which we do have plenty of them, but you could go 569, 572. You could use the Honda NSX, but my favorite is this one. The GR86 RZ21. Go enter, and it's 3 laps, 12. Okay, it's set to racing tires, so we just gotta buy some soft tires since this is a sprint event. Okay, we're ready to go on the track. and we have it's kind of dark on my screen because you have to do it during sunrise. Also, my capture card's not doing the best job at capturing stuff, so yeah, I think exactly 11 years ago, the previous thumbnail I used was a reference to like the first broadcast date of season 17 of Pokemon. I mean the 1997 to 2023 series, not the modern series. It was Ash just stepping out of the plane in the Kalos region or something. I just because exactly 11 years ago, almost exactly 11 years ago at this moment, the first episode was broadcast, and I remember recording it on a DVD recorder with the cable box or something. But the reason the PS5's penetration in Japan is very weak is because, despite being out for almost a half-decade, is due to the extensive damage and quantity of low content. Hold on, we don't have that many laps, but let's see. Oh, okay, we're just gonna go all. This all look like somewhat racing car-like stuff because of low content and like and politics on the PlayStation, as opposed to low content policies. Because you have content policies and then you have content politics, as opposed to, again, political content, but Sony might have all three of them. And people in Japan are not buying into it, especially since a lot of US corporations are starting to reevaluate whether the DEI initiatives have been helpful at all. Actually, we didn't do that great. We hit 2 cars at once. But regardless, the race must go on. And I'm 8 seconds behind because I've been too apprehensive. Okay, my tire is starting to jut out again. That's a recurring theme in my 2025 Gran Turismo streams now. My tires don't brake as effectively as they used to. Maybe I have to go check my brakes. Or even my engine too. Or tires is a secondary thought. But while the US, while many US corporations are trying to reevaluate, and some are even pulling out of DEI initiatives, Sony's just doubling down on them, honestly. I wonder why, especially after that, I mean, the reason they're I mean, they have the new, Ghost of Yotei game, which is actually Ghost of Yotei, because the day in Yotei is actually DEI. And, let's see, my car can't even catch up with Yamanaka's car. Gotta do late braking. I rely on the radar a lot to try to avoid collisions. However, I cannot use the radar if it's an event like, because you have to make sure your sportsmanship ranking is good in Gran Turismo Sport, because I heard one of the largest Gran Turismo YouTubers had lost his A+ driver ranking because of a stupid daily race or something. What's equally not as good is that Concorde costs like 65 billion yen to make. And the reason I'm expressing this in Japanese yen rather than US dollars is because when the Japanese yen was strong, or actually when the Tokyo Skytree was completed, the yen was very strong because of Barack Obama's failed economic policies. Like, I look up to Stephen Harper as a leader, as a former leader of Canada, because he had something that I didn't have, that my leader, Obama, didn't have. And yes, he's been in a lot of controversies, but that doesn't change the fact that he's just better in terms of policies and stuff. Like, but Concorde cost just as much to make when the yen was weak, as much as the Tokyo Skytree. The reason the figures are the same is because the yen is weak when Concorde was released, and the yen was strong when the Tokyo Skytree was completed. So, with that being said, Sony's just throwing more money away with these live service games and all that stuff. And it canceled 2 of them, which obviously made one YouTuber I follow pretty angry. Because they're just, I don't know, SIE has been going downhill ever since they moved their headquarters from Japan to California or something. And I did explain in a previous stream why I'm apprehensive about giving donation funds, given the lack of transparency between the California state government, Gavin Newsom's cozy relationship with Xi Jinping, and amid plans to like invade Taiwan. Or something. Actually, we will not be taking a screenshot here because, however, I will be saving this just in case I revisit it. But, and I also have, the 8 organizations are not honest. The major 8 organizations. They have good intentions, but the management is very dishonest. I'm talking about you, American Red Cross. And there's just too much infighting between and polarization and all that stuff. So we have the Hypercar Parade, which is road cars, and this is for hypercars. You can just bring my South Korea Genesis, or you can even bring this one or this one too. But I actually prefer using I should use this car last time. Let's choose this one. I'm also going to change some of the, or it's this actually just increased it by 2 points. I'm going to increase. This is for a different car, but I have all racing parts except for tires. But you gotta make your stuff match the other stuff. So we have 728, and yeah. But going back to the topic of Nintendo and Sony, the Switch 2 announcement actually soured things for Sony, because more people in Japan are getting excited for the Switch 2 and the new Mario Kart game for the Nintendo Switch. Probably have 24 player support, which is double that of stock Mario Kart Wii and stock Mario Kart Wii, and okay, we kind of went off course, but that might have used up our Queen Race bonus. Had I got a prize bonus. We don't know yet. It's a 6 lap event, and I got Nintendo Switch 2. Which, actually, the new Mario Kart game will have 24 players, which is double that of stock Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8. And also its remake Deluxe. Well, also when it comes to the tops of the sales charts, which I will go over after this race, I did a whole Famitsu report after this race, so, I know Super Mario Party Jamboree is one of the most popular games on the Switch right now, but as someone who grew up in the DS era, I think Mario Party DS, even if I didn't own it at the time, was when Mario Party peaked. It had a lot of practical features that you couldn't find today, like, for example, download play, and you could have a whole party with download play. It was good because only one person had to own the game, while others had the Nintendo DS, could just play parties while they were at social gatherings or something. And, all that stuff. And, according to software sales, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe remains the second most popular Switch game. Not just for this week, but also in cumulative terms, because I don't know, I'm not sure which game has more sales, Animal Crossing or Mario Kart, but even 8 years later, 8 years after the Switch 1 came out, that game is still very popular. Okay, we're catching up, but we have 4 more laps, so yeah. And speaking of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's 8th anniversary, it may or may not coincide with the tournaments over in Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. So if it does coincide, then that's great. But if it doesn't, then it's fine, because I actually have finals around that time, and I'm taking 2 classes this semester. I was supposed to race a 1980s car back in a European race because of the fact that on Monday it'll return to the similar conditions that happened in 40 years ago in the Northeast. Because there was a recent announcement that a certain event will be held indoors rather than outdoors due to the extreme cold, which mirrors situations from 1985. Ironically, I think 1985 was a really good year for American and Japanese culture. Everything was so vibrant back then. But again, it was not without its problems. 1985 saw... One month in 1985 saw so many, like, incidents, aviation safety incidents, that, it still remains the most dangerous month to fly, in all of history, basically. They also had the Japan Airlines Flight 123 thing, which was, in my view, Boeing's fault, because the recent failings of the 737 MAX have only amplified my criticisms of Boeing. But speaking of the Switch 2, Nintendo, I tried to sign up for it, but the one in New York, but I couldn't sign up because there was so much demand that Nintendo servers keep on crashing, and then they were sold out. So, given that the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer has accrued over 17 million views on their American channel, in less than 48 hours. It wasn't that surprising. So, with that being said, that's why Nintendo is kind of, and I do have other things about the new Mario Kart game. The art style from the prototype looks like the prototype of Mario Kart for Nintendo GameCube, which later became Double Dash. I can show you pictures later, but for now I gotta finish this race. Or I might go over two things while the replay is going on, because that was a little bit slow, but I gotta slow down more, and I went off track, so there's my green race bonus. Because I went off track. It's that corner right down there, that sharp corner, that always makes me go off track. Also, the Red Bowling was one of the courses featured in the Gran Turismo movie, which I watched. It was pretty good. Only criticism is that there was some like controversy regarding how the events were presented in the story, but this was actually because the Gran Turismo movie is actually a biopic, and the person who was the subject of the biopic was wanted to put his story, one part of his story, in the movie. So that's why things were told out of order, and it caused a lot of controversy. It understandably did. So, as a result, it didn't get as many high ratings from critics as it did from the audiences. So, and I veered off the course again at a much sharper angle. This is one of the hardest courses to corner, and I'm a little I could have used soft tires too, but that would have made me slip back and forth. I don't want that. We have 2 more challenges to do, and yeah, I'm gonna brake here so I don't. Okay, let's go to the finish line and see if we lost a bonus, which I probably did. So that's, I won't be taking a screenshot of this car because I already used it for another screenshot. Okay, 90,000, and we got a 3-star ticket again, and 200,000 credits. So not the best, but again, you could get more 6-star tickets than lower star tickets. So let's move on to the 4th one, which is World Touring Car 600. Let's go to conditions. It has to be 600 or less. So we have a lot of road cars that exceed 600. I'm about using this one, but we have to change this to medium. We gotta tune this car a little bit. So first we're going to change the we're gonna change the downforce by one level, and we still have sporty parts. Okay, we're gonna use this, But this is the Tokyo Expressway, and we have 8,000. Let's check for any penalties. There's no penalties, so we're gonna enter. And there are 5 laps on this. It's a south clockwise course, so I'm not sure I'm using this small Toyota though. But people are using much larger cars that were Okay, so we're going to go into the tunnel. Well, it's actually an underpass, but actually this is the part where people spin out the most. These U-turns. I want to avoid that. We have 5 laps of a much longer course. I'm gonna try squeezing through here. I'm trying to avoid getting. I think I hit the Aston Martin. Oh well. That was really dirty of me. If there was a penalty, I would have gotten a heavy penalty. Also SRT too, which a lot of rappers, they really love that car because it performs very well on the highway. Sorry, I'm a little thirsty right now, and this is the Shinkansen on the right. Try to get past this car. It's an Alfa Romeo again. We have the final event too, which we will be doing on the same stream this time. Streaming for 34 minutes. Take a drink right now. Oh, let me just try correct my yeah, I'm drinking some Kool-Aid. Not the best stuff for you, but regardless.
2 more laps and we're 11 seconds behind the leader. Now, condition is you must finish third or better to complete a. Oh, that was a little bit. No, that was a little bit terrible. I almost did it again. Okay, now we are only like less than half a second ahead of the person behind me, and we're still 5 seconds behind the person in front of me and 10 seconds behind the leader. So we gotta step up our game or something. It's just really difficult to catch up once you mess up. That's a commuter train. It's probably Tokaido Line train. Based on my multiple visits to Japan, it might be a Tokaido Line train. Okay, we kind of edged out the person in second, but there's still less than a second behind me, so I'm 4 seconds behind the leader. Well, I'm not sure where the January update for the for Gran Turismo 7 is, so because there's a Hyundai Ioniq that I want to try out, but to turn. Yeah, oh. That's a standard Gran Turismo license plate, but there are a lot of community license plates that you can get from online. No membership required. Okay. Now we have to slow down a bit. We have one more lap to go on this thing. We've been streaming for about 40 minutes, which is a very long time compared to my average streams, which are usually about 20 minutes, but we will cover the Famitsu, what is it? The Famitsu sales charts after this, because, this car, I have not customized it yet, so in terms of appearance, so I cannot really, like, use that as a video thumbnail. Unfortunately, we're less than 3 seconds ahead of the person behind me. I'm the leader right now, so I'm a little bit tired, honestly. I gotta continue streaming because I want to get all the weekly challenges done in one stream rather than having a one stream and then a separate video like last time. Now, I'm not really looking forward to upgrade to Windows 11 because I have to invest in an SSD before October, as well as an external hard drive, because those two are very important if you want to like make a full backup of both your original drive, OS drive, an image backup, a files and settings backup, and finally a backup for I'm gonna reach it in 217 for some reason. This is a pretty bad lap despite 8,000. Oh, let's go over the Famitsu one. I keep forgetting to do it, but I'm going over it for real this time. Hold on. Okay, so as you can see, Jamboree takes first place, and second place was 8 Deluxe, which is not only the second place last week, but also second place cumulative, because about 8 million people in Japan bought Animal Crossing due to the pandemic or something. And as for hardware sales, you see how well the Switch is doing. The only console that beats the original Switch was the PlayStation 5 with disc drive, and the PS5 Pro sales are kind of pathetic, honestly. Same with the digital edition. So, yeah, Sony's downfall is imminent. And we also gotta look at some images too about the Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart game. So here's the Mario. Wow, it took up the entire screen. We just shrink it. So here's the Mario Kart game, and here is the footage of Mario Kart for Nintendo GameCube. You can see that they look kind of similar, right? They look very similar to each other. So, yeah. We're just going to hide these images and continue with our, towards the last challenge, which is, let's see. Let's go here, and it's a special event, a Group C, 140,000, 8 laps, 18 cars. I'm just gonna use the most powerful car I have, in my garage, which is a Chaparral or something. Since you get third place or better, I'm just going to move my cursor. It's a rolling star. Now, swap. Look at this. There's no overtake or nitrous because there was an event where you had to, oh. Look at the explosive speed of this thing. Oh, we gotta make sure I don't veer off the course. This corner's pretty well, so not much of a concern. But you have to do this 8 times. Oh, we went off course.
gotta act pretty quickly because the reaction time is actually much lower when you're driving at this speed. At these explosive speeds. Gotta do the same time. We don't have a... Oh, veered off course again. Got a pink one. This time. Okay, there's no penalty line, but I'm veering off the course too much, so... Oh, let's slow down a bit, and then we're gonna try to get explosive speeds. For lap 2, but we are... But since all of the cars are so close to each other and traveling so fast, this is why it's really challenging. You have to do this 8 times. It's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to complete this. Person first. Hold on, he's really bumping because of how lightweight my car is. We'll go out over the tickets after the end of this, after all of these weekly challenges, so really explosive speeds on this. Oh, we rolled over. Gotta be careful next time, since this car is too light, but it can roll over really easily. Yeah, speaking of which, I was in a rollover accident when I was younger. Me and my mom were both unharmed, but it was scary nevertheless. Gotta be careful when you corner with this car. Do it at too high a speed and it can actually flip over. Yeah, I should also talk a little bit about the history of how a two-player F-Zero game became the first Mario Kart title. So, at first they were planning to, what is it? They were planning to make a two-player F-Zero game. However, because the SNES had limited hardware capabilities, they decided to instead make a go-kart racing game. Now, they studied go-kart mechanics, however, when they tried to convert the go-kart experience from a now-closed go-kart track in Japan to a virtual environment on the SNES, they at first used helmets. However, it was very hard to tell which player was which. So there was also a suggestion that came from someone at Nintendo. What if we replaced the generic helmets with Mario, Luigi, and all the other Mario characters? That was how the first Mario Kart game was born. And it's actually Nintendo's most successful game series, to be honest. It's more successful than the mainline Super Mario games, from what I can tell. I have some, never mind. It's just, I'm thinking about meal plans for later today, because I'm very hungry. Oh wow, we veered off way off course. Didn't return to course on time, so I love these explosive speeds. I'm like 31 seconds ahead of okay, we are now the speeds are really much, so yeah, if for some reason this audio stream ends up being like very, my voice ends up being very soft, then I will probably, unless the actual stream and edit the, what is it? And edit the, stream so the volume is actually better, so we lost 5 seconds due to that, ordeal. Gotta focus more. We'll look at the tickets. Almost. We've been streaming for almost an hour. This is where I veered off the course. Maybe the other one. I'm not sure why I went silent. Maybe because I'm hungry or something. I took a shortcut here for some reason. About 50 seconds ahead. And now I'm actually closer to the person in last place than the person in second place. It's a little... Oh, hold on. I veered off because I was looking at this Alright, we're back. It's really challenging, this course. It demands so much precision and speed. Plus 4 seconds, but that's not much. But that's a lot, actually. We tried, not veering off the course so many times, but we're just going to return car to the track. Well, it's 3 seconds, but still better than our worst lap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. About to get blue. The other cars are about to get blue flagged. That's how powerful my car is. Oh. We're about a minute ahead of the person in second. Gotta do the same thing as the first lap. Be careful of the other cars. Almost at 1 hour. Oh. Almost 1.5 minutes faster than our Okay, so that's it for this week's races. Got 6 store tickets, so won't be using this as a thumbnail, but we will save it anyways. I feel kind of tired, honestly. We've been streaming for God knows how long. Let's go look at the tickets, shall we? We have 4 of them, actually. Let's start with the restart ticket. Which is either got a suspension or something. Just put it F8. We're going to get our credits now. And we're going to get the last one, which is a 6-star roulette ticket. Okay, we got so many credits. We're showered in credits today. Okay, so that's it for today's stream. I might see you next week, or I might not, depending on my college class workload. So